And with this specific opening, getting past the Dolphins and Raiders and whatever happened there, but with this specific opening, Jim Harbaugh has to be smart enough to understand what the optics are of him traveling on National Signing Day. And we know logistically it meant little to the class. It was sewn up, excluding one particular commit. We could get to that in a minute. But in regards to, the productivity of the work, there's little effect. But optics are everything at that level with the spotlight that's placed on him. And then it just doesn't look good. So you figure if he's making that trip, he's pretty confident this is a done deal.
Yeah, that was basically the assumption by a lot of people. By even some of the players thought that. I spoke with some of the players and they were like, "Hey, we don't know what's going on. Nobody's told us anything." Then the Ballas report comes out. They were posting that stuff on Instagram and Twitter saying, "Man, this sucks that we're losing him," that type of a thing. So they were just as in the dark as anybody. And so I think everyone assumed, if you're going to make that trip and specifically on National Signing Day, which again, it's, nothing compared to what it used to be, right? Because of the early signing period. But when you're making those trips, you think that, okay, then he's probably making that move, right? But I think that honestly, Jim Harbaugh wasn't really sure what was going to go down that day. I think he probably thought, I'm making this trip, probably going to make this decision to move to the Vikings. And I think there were conversations that were had when he was there that something went down. I don't know if it was Jim Harbaugh saying I have second guesses, or if it was the Vikings, or probably both. But something happened where it didn't work out. I think like he thought was going to that day. I also think there was probably some conversations the day prior where they had the Vikings apparently had a 9-hour interview with their D coordinator for that job. Which I don't know who you interview for 9 hours and then say, then, right after, "Oh yeah, we're bringing in Jim Harbaugh. It's a done deal." So they still were obviously in talks and contract negotiations or whatever, in the decision-making process, the Vikings were. It definitely wasn't a formality that Jim Harbaugh was going